Okay, everyone. Hey, it's Shireen here with another Adobe Digital Quick Tip. So today's video is about the question, resize or resample, or when do I do what and why and how? So this has to do with Photoshop, how we handle image size and how we understand image size. So let's take a quick look and see what we've got here. As you can see, this image has a lot of quality, lots of detail, right? And so we can go in and we can see that that means that it's got a lot of pixels with which to tell this story. So 2560 by 1920, that's a lot of pixels. So we see the size, that's 14 megs. That's a reasonable size. But what happened here? Why is it 35 inches by 26 inches? What happened? This was just a picture I took with my phone. Well, that's because it brought it in at 72 resolution. That means only 72 pixels per inch. So that's our screen resolution. For screen, that's fine, but what if I ever wanted to print this? So actually what I'm going to do is I'm going to uncheck resample, and I'm going to go ahead and say, don't make this 35 inches, make this 5 inches, right? Like 5 by 3 is great. And what it does is the resolution now gets changed. It's 512, but at least I protected all of those original pixels, right? So it's taking that information and the resolution has changed a little bit. And then what I can do the next time is, I like to do this incrementally. I'm going to go back this time and say resample now, lock lock this, and then I'm going to go ahead here and go 300. This width and height was protected. This hasn't changed now, but now I moved back down from 500 to 300. So if I'm working with the resolution, I resample. If I'm working with the width and height, I uncheck resample. And so that's why a lot of times in a lot of different tutorials, you've seen me kind of do it in 2 steps, because I like to do it incrementally. I like to kind of be more mindful of why am I doing it and when, and you'll go ahead and you'll really see. If, for example, if I went ahead and did resample, this is 1500 by 1125. What if I came here right now and just did 20 or 200 rather, like 200 inches? Well, maybe you make it 20, right? So if I made it 20 inches, it's still 300 DPI. I'm resampling. Look at the size. It was originally 4.83 and now it's 77 megs. That's a huge leap. It was very small and now it's very big. What happened? What is Photoshop going to do? If we look at the effect of that, this is what resampling does. You're basically asking Photoshop to move from a certain number of pixels for every inch and really like doubling or tripling or quadrupling. So what do you think Photoshop's going to do? It's going to just put in some blur because it really doesn't know what to fill that extra space with, right? It went from 4 to 77. So you're just going to get a lot more. See how can you see it looks a little sad now? It looked great before, right? So this is why I try not to work in like these big, huge fell swoops, right? Like one very small image and just make it large. I work with, uncheck that. So that's why I like to do things in steps, right? So if I'm working with the image, the width and the height, if I want to take this to 6, right? It's going to affect the resolution, but I'm still protecting my pixels. Resample unchecked, protect pixels. If I want to go ahead and I don't mind losing a little bit of the pixels, but now I have to adjust my resolution, resample checked. Okay, so for resolution, resample checked. For width and height, resample unchecked. That's my workflow. I hope it helped. Questions or comments below. If this helped you, be sure to like and subscribe so I can keep doing more tutorials and helping folks with their digital workflow. I hope that helped. See you next time.